Welcome back. The sell-off in the market has intensified, at least in the mid-cap end of things. Arvind Fashions from the broader markets at the low point of trade, and giving it company is GE Shipping. GE Shipping from the start of this year is up 117 odd %. So it's understandable that some profit has been taken off the table out there. Similar is the case for something like a JK Paper as well. JK Paper is down around 8% with volumes piling up on that one. From the start of this year, that stock up 86% as well. So some profits being taken off that one too. And talking about profits being taken off, Wonderla Holidays is the other one, which is down about 17% this month after rallying over 50-60% this year itself. We do have with us Arun Chittilappilly. Arun, thank you so much for joining in. Just wanted to understand, how the sentiment is currently in the last week of the year. Usually, typically pre-COVID, what are the kind of footfalls and spends per head that you would see in December, and how are you, expecting this December to be for you? I mean, just the last part.
It's looking pretty good. I mean, in terms of demand, we are actually, our parks are continue to run full for this third quarter as well. So far, the third quarter has been extremely encouraging, and we don't see any change in business for our third quarter, remainder of third quarter. It's just 2 more weeks left, not even. So yeah, it's looking pretty good, and any kind of inclement weather notwithstanding, I think we should close this quarter also pretty strong.
Okay, so can you share some numbers in terms of, say, occupancy as well as footfalls?
So if you look at our Q2 and the Q1 numbers, we have done almost 1.5, 1.6 of X of pre-COVID numbers, and I think we are on track to do something similar for Q3. In terms of footfalls and occupancy. So that's where we are at. I think for the resort, we're looking at almost 77 to 80% occupancy, and the footfalls at the park have also been pretty strong. But having said that, last December, we had, a threat of the Omicron wave, and so we didn't see full demand. But this year, I think we are going to see, pretty strong demand for the holiday season.
Could you compare that to say, now let's go back to 2019 December and give us a sense in terms of how business is?
Like I said, it should be, it should be much stronger than that. And we hope that we will end this quarter pretty strong. Exact numbers, I mean, we don't know. We can't give I can't predict, but I'm pretty sure that we will do much better than what we did pre-COVID, yes.
Okay, let's talk about average revenues per person who comes by, because pre-COVID that number was hovering around that 1100 odd mark. Just wanted to understand, because now that footfalls are about 30 to 40% higher than pre-COVID levels, you expect that to continue. In the meanwhile, you've taken a lot of price hikes, etc. as well. So average spends first half of this year were close to around 1300. Are we expecting them to inch to say 1500, 1600 in the third quarter?
So our average ARPU has gone up significantly in the last 2 quarters, as you already know. We will maintain the same ARPU because we've not taken any further price hikes. Now the price hikes we are planning to take only beginning of next financial year, which is sometime in March, April. So we will continue the same ARPU what we've showcased in the last 2 quarters, maybe even slightly better.
What is the extent of a price hike? Can you just give us a sense in terms of how much you've already taken this year and how much are you probably anticipating?
So compared to our pre-COVID pricing, we are almost 20 to 25% higher compared to pre-COVID pricing. So that's how we have reached an ARPU of about 1200 to 1300. So that's the kind of ARPU that we can expect for this quarter as well.
Is it too soon to worry about all the anecdotal evidence that one is getting about, increased fears of COVID, etc.? We're getting pictures of people wearing masks and all of that.
No, I don't think that's I don't think that's affecting us yet, and I don't see why that should affect us, because I think India doesn't have the same issues that China has when it comes to COVID. I think our population has been extremely well vaccinated thanks to the efforts of the government, and I think our vaccine also is pretty strong compared to what China is using. The efficacy of the vaccine itself is much stronger, so I don't see that creating an issue for us, unless there is some other new variant that we need to be worried about. And I don't see the WHO also talking about anything very fundamentally different from what we've heard so far. So I don't think we need to worry so much. That's my personal view, but yeah.
But the numbers are not indicating that. The reason I ask, and it's just adding to what Mangalam said, Arun, is that a lot of the hospital companies are noticing that people are increasing their booster shot intake in the past 2 weeks. So maybe if in case there's any kind of deviation in terms of numbers that you were expecting, will probably start showing or have shown in the last 2 weeks and will start showing soon. As of now, there's no change.
Yeah, as of now, we are not seeing any change, and people are still coming out. And the only negative factor that can affect our footfalls right now is weather and unseasonal rain and cyclones and those kind of things. For the last 2 weeks, things have been pretty clear, and we hope that can continue. Yes.
We all hope that continues. Thank you so much, Arun, for joining in, giving us all those details on the way the year will end. But importantly, the fact that no one's really worried about what is happening right now. That includes him as well, because our make is different from what's taking place in China. And like he said, the WHO, as of now, let's caveat that. But also be hopeful that it won't exacerbate to the extent that everyone is fearing. Wish Arun, you and your team a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well.
Same to you as well. Merry Christmas.
Okay, with that, we'll slip into a short break. Come back on the other side. Prakash Gaba will join in with some trading strategies, and it'll be interesting to watch